Greetings, everyone. I hope you are fine. I hope you are doing well. And I would like to appreciate you for taking this moment, this time to watch this video. And I will also appreciate you if you can just hit that subscribe button, that like button, like never before. I have a very touchy video of approximately 3 families whose kids or children were hit by a car of a farmer. And when they asked him why did he do it, he said he drove through them because he thought they were dogs. And this video is not about hating anyone, it's not about segregating anyone, but it's just about the reality here in South Africa.
Uma uthi wamelwa omunye omhlophe ngisho ukuthi lo msolwa owenza lesi sigameko niyamazi ukuthi ubani.
Yebo umqasho waziwayo kodwa ke isibongo sakhe angisazi kahle kodwa iplaza lakhe likhona nje mawungakafiki eWatbek.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu ma. Iman, I'd just like to bring in the second family that has been affected, and this is now the Mgwaba family. Siyabonga kakhulu ukukhuluma nathi namhla ekseni. Sizwa umama ukhuluma indaba yokuthi umsolwa kulolu daba uyaziwa uphi yena njengamanje.
Ngokuthola esikuthola kwabe social media kuthiwa njengamanje usebhalito la icashiswe ngakhona. Akekho enkantolo noma akekho ngaphakathi ejele. Akaboshiwe kushuthi kusiphatha kabi njengomndeni ukuthi emva kokuthi enze into ebuhlungu kangaka kuthina siwumndeni.
Just imagine you do such a thing, you are not arrested, you're not questioned, but you go free. This is the reality about what is happening here in South Africa. Me personally, I'm not against anyone, but based on what we go through here in South Africa, if there was an opportunity to say, should I choose inclusivity or separation? Most definitely, me personally, I will choose separation. Like the people who live in Orania, they chose separation and they have their own reasons. But even though they are doing this in our land, but just for the sake of peace, I will choose separation. Because this is so painful, because if I can just give you another context or another perspective, I believe that these people, they are doing this because they want to chase these people away from the farms. They have this tendency of acting crazy. In other words, they want to put pressure on you. They want to do all sorts of things until you give up, so that you can leave a farm and go and live in the townships. That's how they operate. This is another perspective. And it's very painful because these people, first of all, they love dogs. They love dogs. But in this situation, the moment he saw these dogs, he was like, let me drive through them. In other words, let me just hit them with the car, because I want to kill these dogs, or I want to punish these dogs. Even if you are drunk, even if you are maybe, even if you don't see well, but you can tell the difference between human beings and dogs. You can tell. So according to my perception, everything here was led by hatred.
Bese yena aphume ayohlala endaweni zikanokusho okukhomba ukuthi uyatetemuka la ekhona ngoba ukuba ubelazi icala lakhe ngabe uhlele endaweni yakhe noma ungaphakathi ejele okukhomba ukuthi la ehlaliswe khona uyongcebeleka indawo zokungcebeleka la ekhona. Siyakhala kakhulu siwumndeni ukuthi ijustice ayikho kusho ukuthi eSouth Africa makuziwa ngakumabhunu ayayekelelwa nje ayehlalele endaweni zomntakabani.
Ngicela ma ukufaka wena kule nkulumo njengomama kaNobuhle. Okunikhathazayo kakhulu mangalolu daba esibhekane nalo la ungathi ikuphi khona bathatha abantu abalahlekelwe impilo zabo ikuphi makunikhathaza kakhulu.
Okusikhathaza kakhulu ukuthi leli bhunu leli lingcebeleka lona abantwana bethu bahamba emhlabeni futhi bashiya abantwana besebancane labatwana kusho sebezosala bekhuliswa yithina and le mntwana mina owami nje ubengisiza kakhulu njoba nje sithe wathola ukuqasheka kube sezongisiza ngihlele eplazini la mina nginalutho kodwa bese ngithembele kuyena ukuthi ngokuba yele bekhona uzosisiza yena leli bhunu leli libiza ingane zethu lithi labona izinja okusiphatha kabuhlungu khona izinja ezabantu thina sazi kahle ukuthi amabhunu ayithanda kabi izinja ukuba kuyizinja wayezoyivikela ngoba kwakuba abantu abamnyama wayesebashayisa ngamabomu.
I would like to repeat again. This is a system or a method to kick them out of the farm. Why? Because they feel like maybe these people, they've been in that particular farm for a long time, and now maybe they don't want to compensate them and all sorts of things. In other words, they want that land for themselves. This is my perception because I have multiple experiences when it comes to the situations that are similar to this. So that is why I believe that is because they want to kick them out of the farm. They want you to get tired and say, you know what, let me just leave the farm, let me leave this place and go and live in townships. Many people right now who are living in townships, especially after 1994 or maybe after 1990, they were forced to leave those farms using this system. In other words, to put pressure on them, you beat them, you do certain things. In other words, you kill their cattle, you kill their horses, you do all sorts of things until they give up, until they run away, because they know very well that if they keep on doing all these things, no one will stand with you. In other words, no one will fight on your behalf, because even the government, because when you talk about the government, we talk about someone who is captured. The government is captured and we are not free.
Sengicina nje mzala ngicela usondele sizwa nithi lesi into kanje ayiqala ukwenzeka ngathi futhi usolakala ukuthi ngonyaka odlule khona enye ingozi aye kuyo ngicela usichazela ngalokho ukuthi enkantolo kuvelani.
Esithola ukuvela enkantolo ukuthi yebo akaqali yena ukwenza isigameko esifana nalesi futhi zonke igameko ukutholakala ukuthi usuke edakiwe. Okusimangazayo ukuthi kuleli lokuqala kwakhona wayephunywe kanjani azazokwenza isigameko esifana nalesi ngoba uma sibuka lesigameko esenzeke.
Allegedly, this is not the first time. So that is why I'm like, this is the method they use in order to kick people out of those farms. Why? Because they want to own everything, or they want to live with people they can manipulate, people they can control. So if they can no longer control you, in other words, they will give you a hard time. In other words, they will make sure that they do terrible things to you until you say, you know what, let me just leave, because no one will act on your behalf. No one will represent you. No one will defend you. This is not the first time. Now is maybe the second time. In other words, it will go on and on and on until these people have decided to leave this farm. This is what they want. They're doing this in South Africa. They are against the indigenous people of South Africa. And when they go to Trump and meet Trump, they don't talk about these issues. In other words, they don't talk about both sides, because sometimes you have to invite both sides so that The farmers can also talk about their issues, and those who are staying in the farm can also talk about their issues as well. But no, they are not doing that. Why? Because they are selfish and they are full of hatred. This is as a result of deep hatred. This video is not about hating anyone, but this is the reality.